Thanks for being stoked for science. And today we're getting curious about the leafy sea dragon. Now you may ask yourself, wait a second, what's a leafy sea dragon? Well, believe it or not, it's not some kind of mysterious or magical creature from legends or stories. It's a real creature. Now, what is it? Well, it's actually very similar to a seahorse. It's a relative of a seahorse, not a dragon, but it's a little different because it's much larger than a seahorse. Now, by much larger, I mean they get to about 14 inches, 35 centimeters. They're not very long, yeah? But you may be wondering, such a small creature, beautiful looking creature in the ocean, everything must be wanting to eat it. But believe it or not, the leafy sea dragon has no known prey. Now, how is this possible? How can something like a leafy sea dragon swimming in the ocean not have anything wanting to eat it? Well, there's a couple of reasons the leafy sea dragon doesn't have any predators. First of all, they have amazing camouflage, so they're very tough to spot. Secondly, they don't have a lot of meat on them. So larger predators don't think they're really worth their time because they'd probably spend more energy trying to find and eat the leafy sea dragon than they'd actually get from it. So it's just not worth it. Now, these leafy sea dragons do live around the southern coast of Australia. They can be found in kelp, in seagrass, and in boulders of depths up to 150, about 50 meters, yeah? Now, when it's time for the leafy sea dragon to move, they do so by using the fins on the top of their head, and they steer using these same fins the dorsal fins to actually propel it forward. So they use these fins to both steer and propel it. Now, you can imagine the ocean is a big and mighty place, and the leafy sea dragon is a tiny little creature. How do they not just float away all the time? Well, in addition to the fins that they use to steer and guide it and propel it forward, they also use their really strong tail to grab onto rocks or other parts of their environment to hold on tight so the ocean can't just swim, blow them off to sea, right? So they use all parts of their body, both to move, but to stay still. Now, something really kind of wild and crazy about the leafy sea dragon is, you ready for this? They have no stomachs. So well, what's that mean? When they don't have stomachs, that means they have to constantly eat just to stay alive because they have no digestive tract to process all this food. So they do a lot of moving, holding on, and eating. Now, one of the most amazing things about the leafy sea dragon is that it's the males who take care of the babies. And they do so by carrying around up to 250 tiny pink little eggs before they hatch on their bodies, yeah? So there's a lot of amazing things to learn about the leafy sea dragon. I hope your curiosity has been stoked a little more, and then you go out and read and learn a lot more, not just about the leafy sea dragons, but the environment and the oceans and the different creatures around them, so that you can learn not just more about them, but learn how to protect and care about them as well. In fact, if you'd like to learn more, of course you can learn more about the leafy sea dragon in the Screaming Hairy Armadillo book, but there's also a lot of great information out there, National Geographic and other sites. Really excited to hear what you learn and what other kind of information you can discover when you're stoked for science. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day.